Welcome to America. Welcome to government handouts. A Republican lawmaker demanding that the Department of Homeland Security take down this website. It shows new immigrants and new citizens how to sign up for government benefits right away, from Medicaid to food stamps. Is this the new American dream? Hi, everybody. I'm David Asman. Welcome to Forbes on Fox. Let's go in focus with Mr. Steve Forbes, Rich Karlgaard, John Tamny, Elizabeth McDonald, Rick Unger, and Mike Ozanian. So, Steve, is this the America you know and love?
No, David, and it's not just the immigrants to this country. The people who are here now, they're trying to make dependent on the government because they know the dependence, the longest you're on the dependence on the government, that means more votes for them. So you had that hideous Julia cartoon during the campaign. From birth to death, the government will take care of you. So they're corrupting immigrants. They're corrupting us. Got to put a stop to it.
Rick Unger, this is a land of opportunity, not a land of handouts, right?
Well, yes, it is. And nobody's handing anything out. This is simply,
yes, they are.
Wait. This is just information that's available. The same information, by the way, that shows up on every government website, not just for new immigrants. But let me ask you a question. Anybody here at the table remember this fella, Mitt Romney? Does that name ring a bell? Well, his father, when he came here from Mexico, you know what? He got that exact kind of government aid. And you know what happened to him? He turned out to be president of one of the nation's biggest auto companies, became governor of the state of Michigan. Every now and then, somebody needs a little help.
My dear friend Rick Unger, Mike, has to be brought up to date. He didn't get the same benefits because these are a lot of new benefits that didn't exist in the past. There was something called supplemental security income, which is basically just free money from the government. This is in addition to Medicaid. This is in addition to food stamps. It's about $1,000 a month that you get. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of new stuff. This, by the way, was started under Richard Nixon SSI and was actually meant just for blind and handicapped people. Now it's been broadened to include new immigrants.
Well, I have to be kind to my friend Rick since he beat me out of the Starbucks coffee on our election bet. But that said, look, we've increasingly become a nation dependent on government. $3,900 20 years ago was the average entitlement spending in this country per person. Adjusted for inflation, that figure is now at $6,600. It's a 70% increase. So we have become a nation increasingly dependent on government handouts. So how can we not expect immigrants coming to this country look at that and say, hey, I want mine too?
But, Rich, it's insulting. It's not only insulting to taxpayers. I think it's insulting to the immigrants, to those hardworking immigrants who come here looking for work, not handouts.
Well, David, you know, the problem is not you can't blame immigrants for this because if they have citizenship,
we're
then
not
all
blaming
citizens
immigrants.
should be treated,
we're blaming the government for offering too much.
All citizens should be treated equally. What I am saying is that you got to look at welfare reform comprehensively. I think there's a little bit too much finger pointing at immigrants here, who, if they are citizens, after all, qualify for the same benefits as any other citizens. Steve is right. The problem is comprehensive. It applies to everybody.
Well, Emac, the point is, I think the blame goes specifically to a government that is trying to offer from cradle to grave benefits without offering the opportunity. Handouts and opportunity are two different things, are they not?
And also, David, you're absolutely right. And you're also right. Listen, immigrants built this nation. A lot of, people who called illegal immigrants are helping to build this nation, too, from all sorts of the parts of the earth. And the problem is, though, that, we spend $1 trillion on basically welfare that's more than defense and Medicare combined. But what we're talking about also is our illegal immigrants who are being, given food stamps. That's where the controversy is. Illegal immigrants are not entitled to Medicaid, Medicare, or Social Security. It's about a food stamp program set up with the government of Mexico, and whether Mexico is ponying up their fair share for its citizens, that's where the debate,
all right, but John Tamny, you go to this website. Anybody can go to this website. It's a Welcome to America website. And here, this is just a page from it. It says, government benefits. Welcome to America. Here are the benefits. Here are the freebies. Here's the free money. Here are the free food stamps, etc. Depending on your immigration status, length of time in the U.S., and income, you may be eligible for some federal benefit programs. And then it goes through a long litany of what you're eligible for. And it's long, and it's a lot of money.
Well, it's terribly unfortunate, no matter whether it's offered to immigrants or actual citizens. I mean, what we've got to remember is that immigrants are treasures. The arrival of each one makes us more American because it signifies the arrival of the ambitious.
If they're here to work. if they're here to work.
And so the last thing you'd want to do is offer them handouts to come here. That ensures that you get a lower quality person coming here. We want to attract only those who want to come here and achieve, and this is not the way to do it.
Steve, that's the problem. I would say that the overwhelming number of immigrants who come here to work, but there are some, and they're going to be drawn in just the way it's happened in Europe. Europe offered all these benefits to immigrants, and guess what? A lot of immigrants came just for the benefits.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I think John is right. Most immigrants and rich who come to this country do want to get ahead, as Lincoln put it, improve your lot in life. But this whole thing is goes beyond immigrants. This is about the whole citizenry. All the occupants of this country, they want to subvert us. They want to make us dependent because that means power for the center and votes for the center. It is corrupting, and we see what's happened in Europe when they do that.
And Rick, I saw you shaking your head, but we have here a list of all those aliens who qualify. There's a list of course, the lawfully admitted for permanent residence, but there are even people who are scheduled for deportation, whose deportation is being withheld until they investigate fully. There's a whole list of people. I mean, millions and millions of illegal, and I say illegal, they're not actually illegal, but their deportation is being withheld, who qualify for these benefits.
Yeah, I suspect that this is not what those people are doing. If they're scheduled for deportation, they have bigger problems than trying to get government benefits. Look,
but they are being offered those benefits, Rick, and some of them get it.
They're not being offered.
Yes, they are. It's right here in black and white.
Informational on the website. Liz is correct. Liz pointed out that food stamps are not available to these people that you're talking about.
Hold on. I'm going to read directly from the INS here. It says, once an individual qualifies for SSI, Supplemental Security Income, they automatically become eligible for several other assistance programs as allowed by federal and state. Medicaid, qualified Medicare, food stamps, and housing choice vouchers.
Hello, wait. Tell us now who qualifies for SSI, because in point of fact, very few of these people.
Why do I have to repeat this, Rick? I just told you 7 classifications of aliens qualify.
You're forgetting your modifier. They have to qualify for SSI before any of those benefits would. You said it yourself.
Yes, that's right.
How do you qualify for SSI?
But David, your point is well taken. The broader point, too, is that when you look at what the government is doing, unbeknownst to the viewer and the taxpayer out there, they have scripts written for bureaucrats to say to the recipient, even if they don't want the welfare benefits, here's how we can overcome your self-pride about it, and here's how we can give you a check even if you don't want it. So it's actually a forced program saying, look, we want you to take the taxpayer paid for check.
And look, this thing, Mike, has a tendency to expand, as all government programs do. First, SSI was specifically meant for the blind and the handicapped and the elderly. Now it includes aliens. First, it was a small amount of money. Now it's a much larger amount of money. All of these government programs just expand. That's the nature of government programs, is it not?
And they always pitch them as free, but in fact, the overall economy, there's a very large cost. For example, if you look at the current recovery, so-called, since June of 2009, since that time, median incomes are down $4,600 on average. Right. Meanwhile, during the recession, they were only down on average $2,800. So there's a great cost to the overall economy.
Okay. And again, bottom line is, whenever you hear free from the government, reach for your wallet, because you're going to be paying for it if you're a taxpayer. Thanks, gang. Coming up next.